Alright, this week Disney released a number of new trailers, one of which was this trailer that we were about to see for the new Peter Pan remake. Now, Disney's original animated Peter Pan came out back in 1953, and if we're honest, it's probably one of the Disney films that is most deserving of that disclaimer that you get before you watch it on Disney+. The animated film still has a lot of charm and a bunch of great ideas and funny moments, but it also very much has racist caricatures and outdated views of women, just to name some of the issues with the film. And I'm not here to say that you can't enjoy the original animated Peter Pan. Like I just said, it still has a lot of funny and great moments. I myself watched it a ton when I was a kid. So it carries a lot of nostalgic value to a lot of people. But of all the animated Disney films, this might be the one that's most in need of a remake. And that is exactly what we're getting with this new film called Peter Pan and Wendy. Now, before having even seen the trailer, I actually really like that Wendy has top billing along with Peter Pan. Because even in the original animated film, the story really is about Wendy. It is Wendy's story we're told. Wendy is the kid that's about to grow up and has this last magical adventure with Peter Pan. But enough talk, let's jump into the trailer.
Tell me,
With the pixie
how
dust.
did you come to Neverland?
Michael! John!
What is going on?
Are you...
Lost Boys.
Every last one of us.
Oh.
You're not all boys. So? What is this place?
It's home.
Peter found it. Just like he found all of us.
Oh.
It's like he found me.
Peter Pan?
Were you expecting someone else?
Oh, Tinkerbell.
What do you say, boys? You ready for an adventure?
He looks very far away.
It's closer than you think.
Wow. Okay. Oh, beautiful.
What is it that you're afraid of, my love?
Nana.
Grow up. Hold the past in your heart, but where you go from here, it's up to you.
Wendy,
Okay.
Moira, Angela, darling. Where is Peter Pan?
Oh my god. Oh god. That looks like a lot of fun. I think that looked pretty good. It looks like it's a blend between some iconic scenes from the animated films and some new stuff. The story as a whole seems to be pretty different from what we know from the animated film. I mean, the first scene we see where Wendy is alone on the beach is not something that happens in the animated film. Come to think of it, it may actually be the scene where the Lost Boys shoot down the big Wendy bird on Tinkerbell's command. And of course we then see all of the Lost Boys show up here and Wendy remarking that they're not all boys. I think that's pretty funny. Because obviously it doesn't really make sense that it's only boys in the Lost Boys group. So I like that they've updated it to also include girls. But with that said, the Lost Boys is still a better name than the Lost Kids or the Lost Children. The Lost Boys just sounds cooler. And then we see the hideaway, which looks pretty cool. It's more of a castle in this film than what we see in the animated film, where it's more of a tree. It is just a tree that they live underneath. And we hear some of the kids say that Peter Pan found them, whatever that means. Were they all kids that were about to grow up and Peter Pan whisked them away to Neverland? Or were they actually lost? Like, were they on the street? Did they not have a family? Because Wendy obviously has a family. She has 2 loving parents and 2 siblings and a dog. By the way, I'm so happy that they've included Nana in this film. She's the best character from the animated film. I love her so much. And then we get our first look at Peter Pan himself, and he definitely looks like a kid who's up for trouble. And Wendy looks pretty surprised to see Peter Pan, which was not the case in the animated film. In the animated film, Wendy was probably the one who believed the most in Peter Pan, and she believed that he would come back to get his shadow. So she wasn't surprised at all to see Peter Pan. She basically knew that Peter Pan would come back for his shadow. I mean, wouldn't you come back if you lost your shadow? And there we do see the shadow try to get away and Peter in pursuit. And here we get a close-up of Tinkerbell. Now I'm interested in what Tinkerbell is going to be like in this film. Because in the animated film, she's obviously very jealous of Wendy. She doesn't want Peter to hang out with Wendy, and she basically tries to kill her. But I also don't think Peter actually treats Tinkerbell particularly well. That's actually kind of, in general, a feeling I have about Peter Pan. He doesn't really appreciate the people that he has around him. He doesn't see how much Tinkerbell loves him, so she's constantly fighting for his attention. Peter just sort of takes it for granted that of course everyone loves him and of course they'll come back. That obviously doesn't excuse what Tinkerbell does in the film, but I do think Tinkerbell deserves better. And if you see this scene where Tinkerbell lands on Wendy's hand, it does seem like their relationship is going to be a bit different in this film. And of course you have to have this shot where they're standing at Big Ben. That's probably the most iconic shot from Peter Pan. In the animated film, of course, they stand on the hand of the clock. But maybe that's actually not possible in real life. Anyways, I'm pretty sure everyone can recognize this as the shot from Peter Pan. But then they do this where they explode the face of the clock to travel to Neverland, I guess. That's a bit weird. I mean, they could just like fade out as they fly towards the stars and then they're just there. I mean, that's what they did in the animated film. It worked fine. I don't think we need to see them travel to Neverland. Just tell me that they flew out the window and then they're there. I mean, it's a fairy tale. Anything can happen. But this looks pretty cool as they're flying towards Neverland and they see all the mermaids in the water. But like, do they have squid bottoms instead of like a fish tail? That's a weird choice. Maybe it's just to not confuse them for the ones in The Little Mermaid remake. And then we have all the pirates trying to shoot them down. And I don't have much to say about the Native Americans. Or I mean, are they Native Americans if they're from Neverland? Is Neverland in America? Do they just fly from London to America? Is that what's going on? Anyways, let's just call them Native Americans. But I definitely think that it's a good thing that they're actually being played by Native Americans. And Tiger Lily looks like a badass. And finally, and probably most importantly, we have Jude Law as Captain Hook. I think he looks amazing. I mean, he looks like a freaking psychopath. I heard that some people were criticizing the film for not letting Jude Law be hot as Captain Hook, but like, was he hot in the original? He wasn't my type. But I'm glad that Wendy gets to join in on the action as well, that she also gets to fight the pirates, because in the animated film she's just sort of gone during the fight. So it's good to see that she also gets to kick some ass. But I think that's pretty much all I had to say about this trailer. I think it looks pretty good. Peter Pan and Wendy is set to come out next month. But let me hear what you guys think. Are you excited to see this film? Did you think Peter Pan needed a remake? Do you think Captain Hook is hot? Let me know in the comments down below. And while you're down there, remember to leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and if you want more videos from me, why not check out this video I made about the Little Mermaid remake. But with that said, that's pretty much all I had for today. My name is Martin Rice. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, take care and so long.